Accusing Stoke had the misfortune, always considered a misfortune, to be, inverted commas, drawn away to a newly promoted team on the opening day. They say it's the worst time to go to somewhere like Middlesbrough last week, when there's momentum and joy and a uplifted party atmosphere. And those who saw all of the games say that Stoke weren't at their best last week. They've been much better in the second half here, but they're vulnerable now to De Bruyne. Wilshere got his work done.
He's late as well, De Bruyne, on the follow-up.
And booked.
Yeah. He caught Wilshere and it's right under the referee's nose. That's it, just on his foot.
3 yellow cards for Manchester City now. Zabaleta, Sterling and De Bruyne.
Yeah, and Shawcross misread that, the little flick on for Aguero before the foul from the throw-in.
Shawcross and Bojan for Stoke. So of the 5 yellow cards shown, 3 have been to what you would call the touch players. De Bruyne, Sterling, Bojan. It's not just the big bruises at the back. Arnautovic. Hey! A bit of circus from the Austrian.
I think there's a change due for Manchester City as well, Peter, with Nolito, because I think he wants to re-establish a little more threat, Guardiola.
Bojan. Peters. And then at Juve. Away by Otamendi. And then by Zabaleta. Thought Zabaleta was coming.
Well, to be honest, I think Navas is going to make way, and I think you'll see Nolito go left side and Sterling will come to the Navas position on the right. Last week it was Nolito making way for Navas, and Sterling swapped sides.
Saw any of the European game Manchester City were involved in midweek, you'll see some of the interplay between Nolito and Aguero.
Gilt has lost his sleep.
Defending this with 10 men. De Bruyne. Silva. Sterling. Bardsley's got a problem. Raheem Sterling.
Ich bin außer Reichweite.
Penetrate. So given got rid. He's still rebooting. Sterling's after it, given his come. Let's play the ball.
You know, kind of in a situation when defenders run back, is he getting the shot from the goalkeeper? We don't know. Jay Given on the side of the Bardsley, but in the end, by just holding his ground, he read it well.
Into what happened to Manchester United last Sunday. There is that change. The pre-advertised. So again, Nolito, beautiful combination with Aguero midweek. Against some last weekend as well. Replaces in a reverse of what happened on day one. Decent European Championship in Spain. Personally speaking, anything but ultimate triumph for Spain is considered a disappointment. He had one too big game. One at least. They were excellent. He scored a goal.
Well, if Bardsley has done his homework, then he knows Nolito looks to come in from the left side with his right foot and just look to curl.
For Silva.
I think he just caught his heel. Already just barely but he's
flying out once more. To be shown to Joe Allen.
Yeah, when Zavaleta pokes at Allen, he's just a little late. And Bojan took an arm from Fernandinho on the follow-up. By then, the whistle had gone.
Against him. Walk away, Pablo. Red card already. Descent are blockable. Or anything. Leave it on out with it. Change. And Bulla replaced by the giving all Irishman, Jonathan Walton. For the last 20 minutes last week, as well as Duke this week. No chasing it. Walters now immediately chasing it.
Yeah, from the right side, it's a position he often plays. He's quite versatile. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. It looks like maybe Stoke have just gone 4-4-2.
By Stones for Kolarov. By Neliso. Traffic to negotiate, and De Bruyne is on his way here. Aguero. Short cross to more adept defending.
We've seen quite a bit of that in the second half, and Manchester City haven't had the accuracy themselves in finding sharp passes.
Just more out to play. 365 Stadium. Corner. Obviously behind. Maelstrom of goalkeeping stories around this game. Shea Given playing probably just for this one more week in place of Jack Butland, who is of course the immediate England rival to Joe Hart. Given when Mark Hughes was in charge of Manchester City, having been preferred at that stage of their respective careers to Joe Hart, who was sent off on loan. So goalkeeping stories around this game. Yes, for Manchester City. League Two's goalkeeper of the year in Shrewsbury Town.
That's again very you. Walters is going to
bin
have
außer
the right
Reichweite.
cheek.
Sure that Diouf would have been flagged offside had he become active.
Yeah, Diouf has just gestured to him that you needed curl on it, you know, to find me, but you're right, Peter, he was off.
Otamendi's bit off more than he could chew. He's overhit his pass. By the referee.
Das ist zu weit entfernt.
Melito. He's on his heels. Melito drove at him. To feed in Silva, who had the last touch.
Die Geister werden hungrig vom Geruch des Blutes.
Led by Bolshoi. Sterling wriggling clear of Allen. Raheem Sterling. David Silva.
Ich führe euch in die Tiefen von Helheim für einen kleinen Preis. Aus Fleisch und aus Blut.
Sterling.
Wenn ich euch den Blutpreis nicht abnehmen kann, werden es die Geister.
Bounces out for Walters.
Lasst ihn auf der See. Deshalb muss man es von euren Knochen reißen.
Foul by Otamendi.
Steht auf,
Sterling, actually, when given the
halt
opportunity,
unsere
initially, should have just
Blutschuld
driven it.
ein.
He could have had the goal himself. I don't know why he didn't take the
Wenn
opportunity.
ich euch den Blutpreis nicht abnehmen kann, werden es die Geister.
Peters. Still waiting ball.
Lastet auf der See. Deshalb muss man es von euren Knochen reißen. Steht auf, Diener.
Just trying to take it on
Halt
the foot and
unsere
misjudged it.
Blutschuld ein. Tod. Ich bin nur eine Welle der ewigen Ebbe und Flut.
Keine Parallel für diese Halunken! Helya duldet keine Eindringlinge!
I can't help but thinking just there, Peter, based on the penalty that was awarded against Sterling, there's just been a little holding contest between Sterling and the referee completely ignored that.
This week to be certain that is going to be part of this week's ongoing football conversation.
Yes. Obviously, penalty box, it's
Ich bin außer
going to be a
Reichweite.
much bigger issue. If it's done inside the box, then you're likely to see decisions.
Chased up by Allen. Was clear of Silva. Slung it in. Nevertheless, it's over for Arnautovic. Arnautovic skews up off Otamendi. Came down for Walters. Walters went to ground. Referee waved it off.
So he did have a very good view of that. And John Walters, to be fair to him, is up and getting on with it. He's not appealing or complaining. Otamendi doesn't win it. And because the leg is up from Sterling, he has a
was their worst since the start of, quote, the project, when Mancini took over from Mark Hughes in 2009, a 66-point return. Their weakest display in the Premier League, of course, for the newly decade. They are 10 minutes away from 3 points that they didn't get last season.
Das ist zu weit entfernt.
Well, I think by now Guardiola obviously would have liked that cushion of a third goal, and you know it's not come, and they haven't been clinical enough. I think Manchester City's second half to make it happen. And I think Iheanacho, we know, is a very good finisher, especially on that left foot.
Well, there won't be 2 hat-tricks in a week for Sergio Aguero, but confident penalty. Darkiest of near post headers gave Manchester City their 2-goal half-time advantage. He's been up for the last 7 or 8 minutes. Instead, the 19-year-old Nigerian Iheanacho, who did get 2 goals against Stoke and yet they had in April. 2 goals in all competitions last season, including 5 in the last 4 Premier League games of the season. 2 at Stoke, 2 at Southampton, 1 at Swansea.
Ihr werdet bereuen, in mein Reich eingedrungen zu sein.
Sterling. Zabaleta. Fernandinho.
Ihr seid weit genug gekommen, um Zeit zu sterben.
By Whelan. De Bruyne.
Dafür werden wir bezahlen.
Melito's hardly seen it, Peter, since he's come on. And you know, and he was screaming to receive it.
Ball cross down Walters. Walters is Arsenal.
Euer Schicksal regnet auf euch
he was just
nieder.
hurried into it.
Ich verliere die Geduld.
That's a good take, and it's opened up for him. And now all of a sudden that touch was a bit heavy. Otamendi closed him down. He had to react a bit quicker and loses control.
Fügt euch eurem Schicksal. Nein, das ist unmöglich.
Follow up. Iheanacho, Silva's free now. Running a ball shy. David Silva. Okay,
That is greedy. I mean, he's asking an awful lot. He said he's not capable of hitting the target from there, but he had Sterling far post, and De Bruyne tried to make an angle for him to pull it back.
The deal is not yet sealed. Hughes bouncing around on the touchline. He's really living this. His record against Manchester City, played 18, won 6 draws, 6
Euer
lost, 6.
Schicksal regnet auf euch nieder. Ich werde euch wie Ratten ersäufen.
I assure you, for games like this, because it's so hard, the decision will be a big subject.
Iheanacho, Silva, collect Iheanacho, give us down, Iheanacho. Monito seals the deal.
Ich werde euch wie Ratten ersäufen.
His first Premier League goal. His second goal in the week. And Manchester City now sure of 6 points from 6.
Euer
He wanted that
Schicksal
third goal on
regnet
the
auf
The
euch
substitutions he's
nieder.
made have just guaranteed it now, and it's
Ich
Iheanacho
werde euch
to
wie
begin with who
Ratten ersäufen.
he does extremely well just to hold it up, keep it out. And this is just very clear. He knows now that it's against him, that all he has to do is just keep his composure, get his head up and see what he can pick out. And Milito, having not done a lot, has just kind of made himself available far post. And Silva played a little part in it too. And Manchester City have now got what they've probably laboured to get in this second half, but finally it's arrived. But it's just very good play. It's so much into the trick.
Ich werde euch wie Ratten
happiness.
Ihr glaubt, ihr habt
Not least
gewonnen.
here's his first league goal since scoring for Celta Vigo against Malaga.
Die See
May.
ist unbezwingbar.
Having worked so hard to get a foothold in it, Stoke City have almost certainly now let it get away.